So again, for the first hour, I'm going to talk about these platforms where you can look for international teaching jobs. So why is this important? Some of you, I know, you're not really interested in teaching in the United States for some reason, and I get that. And also it could be because you feel like if you apply in the US, you might have problems with getting a visa for a certain reason. It could be J1 visa or H1B visa, right? So, and also in the US, most of the teaching jobs you get are just for STEM teachers and SPED teachers. What if you are, and also foreign language teachers, especially if you're teaching French or Spanish, right? So those foreign languages, there are many job opportunities for you in the US as well. But for those whose majors may not be in demand in the US, but still you want to consider teaching outside of your country, then these platforms are going to be helpful to you because you will see here different, subject areas that they're looking for. Most of these schools that are looking for international teachers are international schools. For instance, BASIS, it has lots of BASIS International School. It's in many different countries. It started in the US, but they now have lots of schools in different parts of China. In Thailand as well they have. So they're opening different branches, and these are the kinds of international schools that you should look for. Again, when you look at the website of the links that I'll be giving you within our discussion today, you will see lots of schools. Okay, I would suggest that before you turn in your application, you go to their website. You can copy the name of the school and look for reviews, because people are posting reviews about the school. So you don't want to go to small international schools. You're targeting the big ones, right? So like for instance, if you're from the Philippines, the big ones I'm referring to would be in the level of Brent International School, because there are many schools in the Philippines, for instance, that are claiming that they're international schools, but they're kind of the small ones. I don't know if there is a rule when you can claim that your school is international, but I'm referring to the big ones. So make sure that when you use these tools or platforms that I'll be sharing with you, that you will make extra search, Google information about the school. There are so many teachers who are doing reviews before you turn in your application, okay? Because otherwise you might just get disappointed. So big international schools, based on what I have been seeing so far, some of them, they're giving salaries that are at par with the US salaries. For instance, I shared this before. I saw this is called Kuala Lumpur International School, or International School of Kuala Lumpur. That is in Malaysia, right? I saw that in their salary information they have there in their actual website. So this is not from a review, right? So they said that they're starting pay for teachers would be $49 US. That's a big one. And the good thing about that is that they also take care of your accommodation and your daily transportation from your house or apartment to the school and back to your apartment. So that in the end is bigger gain, right? Because you're not paying for your apartment, so therefore you have more take-home pay. So if you can look for schools like that, then I think that's a better option for you. So because I think the difference, again, I think I covered this in my discussion last time, that the main difference would be in terms of the students. Again, in the US, if you teach there, you will be placed in schools that are challenging. So these are the schools that are graded C or D even. And these are schools where students from low-income families are studying. But if you apply in international schools in Asia, okay, the big ones, you'll be teaching rich kids. So obviously the challenges might be different there too. You'll be dealing with parents that are super involved in the education of their children to the point that they could be, trying to intimidate you into giving good grades to the kids. Because these are kids of, ambassadors, local politicians, even showbiz personalities in that country, right? So that's going to be an entirely different profiles of students if you teach in international schools in Asia as opposed to teaching in public schools in the United States. Again, look for the big international schools, all right? So scroll.com, pay attention because this is important. For scroll.com, you're going to create your account, right? You are going to upload your CV there. You are going to fill in lots of data about yourself. So it's like, even if you already uploaded your resume or your CV, they will still have several sections for you to answer, to type in your degrees, upload your diplomas and TORs and things like that. It'll ask you about what your preferred grade level and subject areas. It will ask you whether you are coming in with a family, right? Your husband. It will ask you also if your spouse is also searching for teaching job. So you will put in their information about how many kids you are taking in if they're coming with you, okay? And they would ask you also your other preferences, like, is it essential that you have accommodation, free accommodation, or is it optional? Okay, so those things you have to fill those in, and you are required to have 3 character referees, or these are our character references. So they don't have to write a letter. You will just you will input the information about your referee's position in the school, the name of the school where they're working, their email address, their phone number, and then what they will do is to send a link to an evaluation tool online to these referees that you have turned in. So it is important that you tell, say, if one of your referees is your principal should know that you are actually putting her in as one of your supervisory referees. So that's what they call it, supervisory referees. They need 3. And these names should be from one of the schools that you have uploaded in your profile, right? So it cannot be from somewhere else where you have not worked. So that is why when you start putting in the information of your supervisory referees, there's going to be a drop-down menu where you can choose the name of the school, and this list will be coming from the one that you actually encoded. Okay, so again, you cannot have someone working at a place that's not part of your work history. Okay, and then so they only need 3. That's the minimum. Your profile will not be available to prospective employers if you did not complete your profile 100%. Okay, so that's important. You have to have 3 references. And then for a scroll, okay, listen well, because for scroll, it is free only for your first 3 applications. After your 3rd application, you have to pay $50 subscription if you want to continue to apply, right? So before you click, because opposite each hiring position, they would have like a button that says apply for this job, okay? And then you will get an update if the employer already saw your profile. You will know if they are planning to continue with your application, because if not, they will tell you right away. For instance, you'll get a message that says this international school has seen your application, and as of this moment they have decided not to pursue with your application, something like that. So yeah, if you decide to use Scroll, the paid version, you will be paying $50. Okay, so the next one that you can use is called TES. Okay, so TES is the same thing for Scroll. It's an access to all of the international job postings. You will also make your profile here Actually, for all of these websites that I'll be sharing with you, you are required to create your profile. Okay? And then you will have an access to, because if you don't do the profile, the employers will not be able to see your application. You have to complete the profile. Okay, so that's TES. Okay, you can copy that and check the website later, and you can see it's really awesome. Last, if you're interested, say only to look for job postings in Middle East, you can do that. You can filter the search, right? So if you're interested, if the religion of the country is very important to you, then you can also narrow down your search according to the religion you are, having preference for. By the way, this is not just for Asia, it is international. So you will see job postings in all of the countries, okay, that are posting jobs, obviously. So again, this is not just for Asia, right? It's true for Scroll, for TS that I shared so far. That's international job postings. Next is teachaway.com. Okay, I'm gonna post it now. So the next one is teachaway.com. So same thing, you will create your account. So what I'm suggesting is for you to, so you can kind of have like a, which ones you already sent, because for many of these schools, they're posting jobs in all of these platforms. There are many other platforms that you can use actually, but they are paid. They don't have the free version. So far, those are the three. So far, we have scroll.com, we have tes.com, we have teachaway.com. Yeah, teachaway.com. I already posted it. Okay, another one is Teachers Horizon. Okay, all right, this is a good site as well, and it's for free. Okay, Teachers Horizon, by the way, is kind of cute. I like it. They will ask you to also upload photos of you teaching, photos of you participating in extracurricular activities. They will ask you to upload a video of yourself teaching. I posted so far 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I forgetting something? Alright, by the way, this is besides, you can also post in Indeed or LinkedIn. Okay? So most of these schools also have accounts in those, and you can also see the postings that they have there. Alright, so these are the free platforms, the 4 platforms that I could share with you. Again, if you are interested in applying in different parts of the world, but then your major is kind of not in the in-demand one, for US, okay?